Hello YouTube, this is CN Maritime History here back again with another video, and today I will be talking about PT-109, John F. Kennedy's disaster. So first of all, I'm gonna skip a few parts like Kennedy's training and such because in my original draft of this video, the video was like 20 minutes long. So I'm gonna try and keep it as short and sweet as I possibly can. So I'm just gonna skip that. But yeah, let's go ahead and start the video. In January 1943, PT-101 and 4 other boats were ordered to Motor Torpedo Boat Squadron 14, which was assigned to patrol the Panama Canal. Kennedy detached from RON-14 in February 1943 while the squadron was in Jacksonville, Florida, preparing for transfer to the Panama Canal Zone. Still desperately seeking a combat assignment on his own volition, Lieutenant Kennedy then contacted family friend Massachusetts Senator David I. Walsh, chairman of the Naval Affairs Committee, who diverted his assignment to Panama and had him sent to PT combat in the Solomon Islands, granting Kennedy's previous change of assignment request to be sent to a squadron in the South Pacific. His actions were against the wishes of his father, who had wanted a safer assignment. The Allies had been in a campaign of island hopping since securing Guadalcanal in a bloody battle in early 1943. Kennedy transferred on the 23rd of February 1943 as a replacement officer to Motor Torpedo Boat Squadron 2, which was based at Tulagi Island, immediately north of Guadalcanal in the Solomon Islands. Traveling to the Pacific on the large troop carrier Rochambeau, Kennedy witnessed the fierce air strike that killed the ship's captain, and found Kennedy helping to hand shells to supply a large gun on board, giving him his first taste of battle. He arrived at Tulagi on the 14th of April and took command of PT-109 on April 23rd. Considerable repairs were required on the boat, and Kennedy pitched in to help the crew get his ship seaworthy. On the 30th of May, several PT boats, including PT-109, were ordered to the Russell Islands in preparation for the invasion of New Georgia. After the capture of Rendova Island, the PT boat operations were moved north to a crew berth there on June 16th. The Rendova base held the potential for its residents to contract a host of unpleasant disease, like malaria, dysentery, and I have no idea what this is, but something called elephantiasis. The Navymen stationed there also contended with cockroaches, rats, foot diseases, ear fungus, and mild malnutrition from the monotonous and mostly canned food. On his first desk assignment with the Navy after his return to the States, Kennedy suffered from the after effects of malaria, colitis, and chronic back pain, all caused or aggravated by his experiences in combat or during his stay at the Rendova base. From their crude base on the northern tip of Rendova Island, on a small spit of land known as Lombari, PT boats conducted daring and dangerous lengthy operations, both to disturb the heavy Japanese barge traffic that was resupplying the Japanese garrisons in New Georgia, and to patrol the Ferguson and Blackett Straits in order to sight and give warning when the Japanese Tokyo Express warships, which were Japanese warships supplying pretty much anything to Tokyo and other surrounding areas, came into the straits to supply Japanese forces in the New Georgia Rendova area. On August 1st, an attack by 18 Japanese bombers struck the base, wrecking PT-117 and sinking PT-164. 2 torpedoes were blown off PT-164 and ran erratically around the bay until they ran ashore on the beach without exploding. At the end of July 1943, intelligence reports were received and decoded by naval authorities at Kennedy's PT base on Tulagi's Rendova Island, indicating that 5 enemy destroyers were scheduled to run the night of 1st and 2nd August. The destroyers would cruise from the Solomons Bougainville Island through Blackett Strait to supply provisions and bring troops to the Japanese garrison on Villa Plantation on Columbangara Island's southern tip. America's sophisticated deciphering of the Japanese naval codes had contributed to the victory at the Battle of Midway 10 months earlier, and the same technology had been used to break their code and provide the report of the Japanese destroyers expected August 1st or 2nd. Despite the recent loss of 2 boats and 2 crewmen from a Japanese air attack, skippers of PT-109 and 14 other boats met with Commander Thomas G. Warfield to discuss the details of a mission to head north through a cut in the reefs known as Ferguson Passage to Blackett Strait between Gizo and Columbangara Islands to block or attack anticipated enemy destroyers. The resulting skirmish, sometimes referred to as the Battle of Blackett Strait, should not be confused with an earlier battle there on March 3, 1943. Commander Arleigh Burke had been ordered to sit on the northern approach to Columbangara with 7 American destroyers to ensure the Japanese were prevented from reinforcing their garrison, though he was not on station until 12:30 a.m. All 4 Japanese destroyers would evade his grasp, as they arrived 1 hour early, before Burke could reach his post. The resulting battle would become the largest use of PT boats in the war, and the results would not be promising for the future use of PTs against Japanese destroyers. On the 1st of August, 15 PT boats, PT-109 among them, motored from the PT base on Rendova around 6:30 p.m. on strict but cursory orders from Rendova's top brass, Commander Thomas Warfield. The combined PT task force was divided into 4 divisions of roughly 4 PTs each. PT-109's B division also included PTs 162, 159, and 157, and were stationed in the farthest north of the PT divisions, near the midway up Kalambangara Island's western coast, around 6 miles to the west. The B division left Rendova first, leading the pack, as their station was the farthest from the Rendova base. Most of the divisions reached their station by 8:30 p.m. The 15 PTs carried 4 torpedo tubes each, for a total of 60 Mark 8 torpedoes, which is what is pictured here, and roughly half of those were fired at the 4 advancing Japanese destroyers protected by Japanese float planes. The Navy's official reported the incident listed 5 or 6 torpedo explosions reaching the destroyer targets, but none in fact were actual torpedo hits. Of the 24 torpedoes fired by PT boats from 8 PTs, not a single hit was scored against the advancing destroyers. Though each division of PTs was assigned a location likely to intercept the destroyers, several of those without radar cruised about aimlessly in the fog and darkness, unable to locate the enemy ships. So I'm going to stop there for now, and then I'm likely going to do a part 2. I know I'm going to do a part 2, but I might do a part 3 if that lasts too long as well. I'm going to try and keep it around 6 to 10 minutes. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and next time on PT-109 Part 2, we will talk about the battle, and what, not Blackett Strait, but the Battle of, I don't know if it really has name. I think it's Blackett Strait, when the, Tokyo Express warships meet the PTs, and, what goes on after that. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and have a good day.